couldn't be any more impressive than that.
Yeah, no, that's right, Rob. Yeah, no, she was really good tonight. She found the front. You know, she had to do a little bit of work straight wide, but it was a pretty steady lead time, and she managed to find it pretty comfortably. She's a special little filly.
She's very special right at this point of time, looking forward to another 7 days. I think the barrier draws is not going to really worry her one little bit.
Yeah, she seems to be very versatile. You know, as we've seen, she can come off speed really good, and she can tough it out.
You pulled away at the finish for a comfortable win. How much more did you have in reserve?
Yeah, no, she was travelling pretty good. You know, she sort of flattened out on the line there a little bit, but that was just because I sort of knocked off on her a little bit. So, yeah, no, she still had a bit in reserve.
Kate, Tough Tilly went 155.2. Ladies in Red went 155.3.
Yeah, there's not much between them. There wasn't before tonight, and obviously Ladies in Red has had the upper hand on Tough Tilly, albeit a short half head sort of both times. So, you know, there's not a lot between them, and we finally got a good draw tonight, and like she just enjoyed that. She just really went about it herself and did that pretty easily.
I'll ask the same question to you that I asked David when you went over the line. How much horse did you have left?
Well, I think I had a little bit. She's pretty laid back, so tonight was the first time we had to use her out the gate. We haven't drawn good enough to even use her out the gate prior to this, so I had to give her a little wake up, and she did that well. And then she just strolled around really, and she was happy to just drop the bit, and you sort of had to just, give her a little tap, and away she'd go. And you know, as she hit the line, she felt like she was kind of just enjoying it and just doing her thing, and she didn't feel flat out.
You drew wide at the start and you did a little bit of work, but were able to slot in and get some cover.
Yeah, she did do a little bit early, and she's got pretty good gate speed, but so did a few of the others. So we got around them not too hard, and she relaxed good. And then they were all on the 3-wide trail, which I was in the run. I was like, oh, this is a bit tricky, but I was following quality horses, so hopefully I can qualify and get my run at them. And she was she was great. She's had no luck. She was a bit revvy, so we drove her cold because we worried she'd fire up, but she's relaxing now, and it's made all the difference. And tonight she showed what she was able to do and what Clayton said, that she can do the whole time.
He went around in the Victoria Cup, outstanding performance. What have you been doing with him since the Victoria Cup? Did you give him a little bit of a break?
Yeah, he had 7 days off after the Cup, and then he just jogged for a week, and then he fast worked from then till now. So I do a bit of swimming with him now, which is good. It keeps him up to scratch. Sort of keeps his wind a little bit better. He's pretty good doing bloke, so his biggest problem is just his wind. He gets away on you a little bit, so the swimming's really helped there and tightened him up inside. So tonight will just top the race fitness side off and go into next week.
Do you swim the horse or just on the water walker?
No, he swims.
He swims?
Yeah.
And how often would he do that a week?
Every day jogs, yep. So every day that he doesn't fast work, he jogs and swims.
Almost a demolition derby race, that one, Greg. It was a matter of avoiding anything that was coming out wide.
At the 400 metre mark when the leader wanted to run off the track, so went from getting a good run through it to shuffling up quite quickly, but thankfully it all worked out well for me.
This horse continues to improve.
Yeah, he does. He's sort of in a real purple patch at the minute. The Triple A, I think, has really sort of helped him step up his game, and he's come back in terrific order. And his 2 runs since coming back from Sydney been top notch.
Looking forward to next week in the final for this horse. He appears well suited now on that win tonight, that he's a live winning chance.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's good to see him do it 2 completely different ways. In the heat, he obviously dominated from in front and held him off quite comfortably. And tonight, he's come from last and rounded him up. So it gives you hope going forward that however the cards fall in the draw, that he's going to be a chance.
You put him into the race nice and early. You were without cover for a while, and you just kept Pacifico Dream out 3 wide for that little bit of extra 100 metres or so. Probably sussing up to see whether the front was there for you.
Yes, certainly got a good run through early, with a bit of speed early and a little bit of scrunch on the first turn. Sort of messed up a few others' plans, I think, and I was able to sort of lob the death without really doing a lot. Was happy to sit there, and when Kate come, in 2 minds with a hand up, I sort of had a little look at Chris, and he said no, so Kate kept coming. It's not a bad horse either to sit on, so was in a good spot most of the way. Maybe he had to come out a little bit early. Was umming and ahhing whether to stay on Kate's back and chance my arm or come out, and so you had to come out fairly early in the back straight and do a fair bit of work in the last lap. So it was a really good run. He kept going to the line, and the run will probably do him good.
You were always going to hit the line hard, and you hit it really hard.
Yeah, that's right. It was a very tricky draw tonight, and it was sort of hard to sort of work out what was going to happen in the run, and what everyone thought would happen was probably totally opposite to what did happen. So, yeah, but I was happy just to drive in quiet and hit the line and qualify for the final tonight. But after being 4 back the fence, everything changed. So, just one of those things.
Tell me about this horse, the feel he's giving you. He seems to be good enough to be winning the Breeders' Crown final.
Well, he proved that tonight, and last week. He probably went as good as anything last week with his win. He probably did a quicker lead time than anything and got home in a quick 26 something, 8 or whatever it was, and not many horses can do that. So, yeah, he's definitely a chance.
At times he looks a little bit lackadaisical, but he just keeps responding.
That's right, Rob. He's really in his element when he can lead and just bowl along. He likes to bowl along at a nice rate, but yeah, he foxes a little bit when they come up outside and he feels enormous, and then sort of when they drop off a bit, he drops off a bit with them. He does wait for him for a little bit, but when he goes all right.
Does he have to lead to win this final?
Probably not. Just depends if he can sit. He's got great speed, so I would imagine that he could, if he was driven with one run, he could come with great speed. And he'd have a fair quarter in him, I would imagine. Last start sort of had to drive him a bit upside down and it didn't suit him. So just got to hope, his best chance probably if he could draw the front row, but it's not the be-all and end-all when they got speed like that.
Red Hot Tooth set up a great tempo. You both burn out at a gate. You've got the confidence to drive Dance Craze a lot more, with security that she won't break. She did everything right. You're probably happy to take a sit behind Red Hot Tooth. And at one stage on the home turn, I thought she nearly had you, but your girl, she's a class act, and she just responded and finished off too well.
Yeah, she was good, Robbie. The run will do her the world of good, and like you said, they're both two very classy mares. They've had some great battles over the years, and hopefully they've got a few more in them. And yeah, terrific run by the second horse. Took us all the way up the straight to get her, and she ran a great race.
It seems like as the year gets on, the better she's getting, James.
Rob, she's done a really good job, and I think she's only getting better.
Tonight, you were able to find the lead, a bit of a burn early. You had to be challenged by Rock and Roll Angel, but once that settled, you were able to get a little bit of a breather and then just keep stepping up the tempo from that point.
Yeah, she's just a lovely mare. You can rev her up and put her back to sleep, and through that second quarter, she was on a loose line, and it was 30.5, but the way she was doing it was like a 32. So from there, we just ramped it up off the back and just kept her running, and she was too good in the end.